The person you prayed for has made a life decision behind your back. You have prayed with all your heart, waited in silence, trusted beyond your own strength. You have whispered that name in your quiet hours, asking for healing, peace, and unity. You believed that love could hold all things together, that faith could transform the impossible into the inevitable. But the silence that followed your prayers has now brought with it a message. The one you lifted in your prayers has made a decision, far from your eyes, far from your knowledge, and they did not tell you. Even though your heart might tremble with the weight of what you feel, know this: nothing that escapes your sight ever escapes heaven's notice. Your tears were seen. Your hope was received. Your love is known. There is nothing you have done wrong by loving deeply, praying faithfully, and believing earnestly. But sometimes, the choices of others are not yours to carry, and heaven does not hold you responsible for decisions made in secrecy. This choice, hidden from you, was never hidden from the one who watches over you. There is divine awareness of every conversation, every crossroad, every silent vow that they made in their own heart. It is not for you to bear the burden of that hidden path. Instead, you are being called into a greater peace. This peace does not require you to understand the whole story right now. This peace is not delayed by what someone else chooses. It is given to you because you are seen, and your journey is holy. You may feel like something has shifted, like the ground under your feet is no longer familiar. You might be questioning if all your prayers were in vain, if your loyalty was misplaced, if your belief was blind. But in the stillness that comes after the storm, a higher voice whispers, "Your prayer did not go unanswered. It was heard. It was received. And it will be honored, not always in the way you imagined, but in a way that restores you, renews you, and raises you higher." Every step you took in sincerity is blessed. Every word you whispered to the skies is echoed now by angels around you. You are not alone in this hour of realization. What they chose with free will. But your future is not chained to their secret. You are free. You are still chosen. You are being led forward. Do not be shaken by what was decided without your knowledge. Do not look back in sorrow as though what was done in shadows could ever undo the light that is coming. The divine knows how to bring truth into view at the appointed time. And the divine knows your heart, which remains pure even in confusion. This is your moment not to collapse in grief but to rise in faith. It is not the time to chase after what walked away quietly. It is the time to embrace what is walking toward you now, something higher, something brighter, something more honest than what you had to release. Even in this, even in your quiet pain, the heavens are responding. They are not silent. They are not distant. The one you prayed for may have turned, but the divine face still shines on you. Something is unfolding now that does not require your worry, only your trust. You may feel abandoned by someone, but you are never abandoned by the light. When people hide their decisions, it reveals more about their fear than about your worth. They were afraid to disappoint you, afraid to face their own truth, or afraid to admit they were walking in another direction. But you are not required to shrink because of what someone else could not say to your face. You are not bound to an unseen choice. You are released. Let the heavens speak to your heart now. Listen deeply, not with your ears, but with the still place within your soul. You are being guided. You are not being punished. What feels like betrayal is often divine protection. What feels like silence is often sacred preparation. The light that is meant for you is still coming. The love that will never turn away is still being woven into your path. And yes, the purpose you carry is still active, still unfolding, still blessed. Nothing that another person chose has canceled your divine favor. There are things you must let go of without full explanations. There are paths you must walk with no hand to hold. But you are not empty. You are not forgotten. The decision made behind your back is already being transformed into a lesson that will lift you. It is not your end. It is a turn toward something greater. Breathe now. Let go of the question that keeps repeating, "Why didn't they tell me?" It no longer matters. What matters is this: you are being led forward, not back. Your life is not bound by silence, and your purpose is not cancelled by hidden decisions. The skies have heard you. They are already responding. You do not have to beg anyone to stay. You do not have to prove your worth to someone who could not be honest with you. You do not have to fix what was not yours to break. This is not abandonment, it is alignment. The divine removes what cannot go with you into the next season. You may mourn for a while, but you will rise stronger. You will move with clarity. You will live with deeper joy. God says, "I was there when they made their choice. I saw what they did not say. I heard what they did not confess. And I am still here with you. I will walk with you through every uncertainty. I will hold you steady in every storm. I will lift you higher than you thought possible. You are not defeated. You are being defended by light itself. Now take one step forward. Trust that this ending is the beginning of something rare, sacred, and true. Trust that what you lose in secrecy, you gain in clarity. Trust that what you surrender in silence, you will receive in multiplied peace. The road ahead does not require their consent. It only requires your courage. The voice within you is growing stronger. The divine within you is rising. Your path is not over, it is just beginning. Let them go in peace. Do not chase what is not meant to stay. Do not worry about explanations. Focus on your healing, your future, your truth. There is nothing wrong with you because someone could not walk with you to the end. You are still loved. You are still rising. You are still chosen. Watch now, with sacred eyes, as everything begins to make sense in the light of divine timing. Watch now, with trust, as peace returns. The storm has passed. You are not broken. You are becoming whole in a new way. Keep walking. Keep praying. Keep believing. What is for you cannot be hidden. What is real cannot be lost. What is divine will always find you. And in time, you will see that the decision made behind your back was the opening of a door in front of you, one that leads to greater love, greater truth, and a future that does not require you to beg for honesty. The skies are still speaking. Your soul is still rising. And love is still on the way. The person you prayed for has made a life decision behind your back, and although this truth may bring a quiet ache to your heart, heaven has seen it all and still calls you chosen. This message is not meant to unsettle your spirit, but to bring divine understanding to the silent confusion you've carried. You were never unseen in your prayers, never unheard in your cries. What unfolded did not unfold without purpose. You are being lifted through a shift that seemed hidden but was always known to the higher realms. You have been loving with sincerity, hoping with strength, and believing that what you gave would return in light. Yet someone's quiet decision was made in the shadows of your kindness, and now the truth comes not to break you, but to build you into someone even stronger in grace and trust. Do not mistake this for betrayal. Heaven sees it as redirection. Your soul has been asking for alignment, asking for doors to open only if they are true, asking for love that honors your energy and supports your mission on this earth. Sometimes, for the soul to receive what it truly asked for, people must make decisions, even if those decisions were done in secrecy. Trust this. Nothing has been taken from you that was meant to stay. Nothing was decided against you, even if it felt personal. Their choice was not a reflection of your worth. It was an echo of their own path unfolding, a path that no longer matched the vibration of yours. The person you prayed for is walking their own journey, and whether or not you remain close, your prayer was never wasted. Heaven has stored each one. You prayed from love. You interceded from compassion. You hoped for the best outcome. And while their decision may seem to have bypassed your hopes, the truth is, the best outcome is still unfolding, just not in the way you expected. Heaven wants you to know that your path is about to be renewed. This decision made without your knowledge is now a tool in the hands of divine timing. You may not yet see how this will bless you, but the unraveling has already begun. This isn't the end. This is a sacred pause, a rearrangement, a necessary silence before the fullness of truth is revealed. The delay is not a punishment, but a space being created to receive something greater. You must let go of the idea that things should have gone another way. What has happened, happened because it had to. The silence you heard was not the absence of love from heaven, but the presence of divine orchestration that needed to complete a cycle before speaking to your heart. Heaven never moves on your timeline, but it always moves with your highest good in mind. Even now, you are being protected from things you do not yet understand. You have been asking for signs, for direction, for peace, and this message reaches you now because heaven has chosen this moment to open your eyes gently. You may have wondered, why didn't I see it coming? You may feel a sense of uncertainty or even disorientation. But know this, when things are hidden from you, it is not because you are not worthy of truth. It is often because the right moment had not yet arrived for your heart to receive without breaking. Heaven waits until you are ready. And now you are. Let your spirit take this in, you are still on the right path. Their decision was theirs, but your destiny remains untouched. Your soul's blueprint is unfolding perfectly. Every shift that removes what is not in harmony with your growth is a gift, even when it comes disguised as loss. The divine knows how much love you gave, how much time you invested, how often you showed up. That offering was sacred. That offering was recorded in the eternal. Their choice does not undo your kindness. It does not erase your prayers. It does not cancel your growth. If anything, it confirms it. Because as your spirit rises, not everyone is meant to rise with you. This is not about rejection. It's about evolution. Your soul is expanding, and sometimes that expansion calls for a shedding, a releasing of connections that were part of an earlier version of your journey. You are not alone in this. The heavens have gathered to speak peace to your confusion. The angels are already walking beside you, orchestrating comfort, planting seeds of new beginnings, softening the weight that's tried to settle in your chest. Even in your questions, you are being held. Even in your quiet heartbreak, you are being prepared. There is something so extraordinary on the horizon that this decision behind your back had to happen now. It couldn't be delayed, because what is meant for you is approaching with divine speed. And you must be free when it arrives. Do not let bitterness enter where peace is meant to grow. Do not let the ache turn into mistrust. What they did without your involvement, but heaven was involved the whole time. This is not a dead end. This is a clearing. This is where a new chapter begins, not because you were forgotten, but because you are remembered by God in ways you cannot imagine. God says you are still chosen, still protected, still called to receive. There is nothing broken in your life that cannot be turned into blessing. There is no silence that cannot be filled with songs of renewal. There is no decision made behind your back that can override the divine decisions being made on your behalf. There is a wind of change coming, and it carries the scent of restoration. You will soon understand why the shift had to happen this way. You will look back not in anger, but in awe. The clarity is coming. The peace is coming. The right people are coming. The ones who will choose you, not in secret, not in hesitation, but in truth, and in harmony with your soul's call. Right now, you may feel like something has been torn, but the tearing is only the veil being removed. You are seeing more clearly now. You are hearing with greater sensitivity. You are awakening into the next phase of your journey, and for that to occur, you had to be set free, without asking for it, without understanding it in the moment. Let yourself release them. Not with resentment, but with reverence. You love them in truth, and that is enough. Your love was never wasted. Your prayers were not in vain. The heavens do not forget the heart that bends itself in compassion. The reward is not lost. The harvest is not denied. It is only being redirected. You will be surprised at how quickly your soul begins to feel light again. You will find yourself smiling for no reason, feeling peace in places that were once tangled with questions. The light is returning, even now. You are being washed in it. You are being refreshed in your spirit. You are being healed by divine hands that know exactly how to hold your heart. Trust the process, even though it feels like a mystery. Trust the stillness, even though it feels like a void. Trust your growth, even though it came through unexpected turns. This is your sacred reset. This is your invitation to rise. This is your release into something higher. You are going to walk into spaces that confirm your worth. You are going to hear words that affirm your soul. You are going to experience love that honors your giving heart. And when that time comes, you will not miss what left. You will not grieve what faded. You will only rejoice in what found you because you made room for it. Let this message be your turning point. Let this moment be where you say yes to healing. Say yes to hope. Say yes to a new story. Not because you understand everything that happened, but because your faith is bigger than your pain. The heavens are rejoicing over your life, not because it has been easy, but because you chose love again and again. And that love is returning to you multiplied. Nothing done in the quiet behind your back will remain hidden forever. The truth will reveal itself in time, and when it does, it will no longer hurt, it will set you free. It will remind you of how far you've come. It will confirm that heaven was always guiding you, even when your heart was breaking. Hold on. Light is near. Hope is breathing. New paths are unfolding beneath your feet, and you are not walking alone. The one who sees all, knows all, and holds all is right beside you. You are safe. You are seen. You are rising. Keep going. Heaven is with you, and all will be well. The person you prayed for has made a life decision behind your back. This may come to you as a quiet shock, like the gentle falling of unseen rain at midnight. It may settle in your heart as a soft ache, a realization that while you were in communion with the divine, asking for guidance, protection, and hope for them, they were walking a path away from your prayer, a path of their own choosing. But do not despair. You are being shown something not to harm you, but to free you. There is a reason why this moment reaches you now. It is not simply news or coincidence, it is revelation. You are being drawn into the light of truth. Truth is never cruel. Truth is always sacred, even when it feels sharp at first. What you feel now is not abandonment, it is redirection. You were never meant to walk in the shadow of someone else's secret decisions. You were always meant to walk forward, clear-eyed, held in grace, and aligned with what truly loves you back. Your heart has been a temple of intercession. You prayed not out of fear, but out of deep faith. You believed that your prayers were creating a light that would reach this person. And it did. But that light did not control them, it only gave them clarity. And in that clarity, they made a choice. A decision that they did not share with you. Not out of hatred, not always out of betrayal, but out of their own unfolding. This decision does not define your worth. It reveals the quiet truth: they are not walking the same road anymore. God sees your intention. God hears the words you whispered in the silence. The divine does not ignore devotion. Every tear, every moment you carried them in your spirit, was not in vain. It built a bridge of energy, it called heaven close. But know this: sometimes your prayer is not meant to change another's path. Sometimes your prayer was meant to change yours. You thought you were lifting them. In reality, you were lifting yourself out of something you couldn't yet see. What they chose behind your back has placed you in front of a divine truth: the bond was not as you thought. And now, you are being called to see clearly. Do not look at this as rejection. Look at this as divine selection. You are not being abandoned, you are being rescued. The silence they gave you was a message. The omission was not your punishment, it was your protection. You must know that what is being revealed is not a curse. It is the soft hand of the divine turning your chin toward the light. You are not meant to chase someone who has decided, without you, what their life will be. You are meant to walk in honesty, dignity, and alignment with the heaven that dwells in you. They may have chosen out of fear, or confusion, or longing, or pressure. But they chose, and they did not bring you into that decision. That is enough for you to know that their path now belongs to them, not to you. This is where your prayer ends, not in failure, but in release. It is time to set them down. Carry them no further. Your hands are not meant to hold someone else's journey. Your hands are now being called to receive something new. You have suffered in silence long enough. Your heart has been faithful, even when others have not been faithful to you. The Divine knows how long you waited, how long you believed, how long you trusted. You did not fail because they changed. You did not fail because they hid the truth. You remained steady, and your steadiness is a song that heaven hears. Do not let their secrecy become your suffering. Do not let their choice become your burden. God will be with you, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you, you are safe, you just have to trust God and pray to Him. You may feel tempted to ask why. Why now? Why in this way? Why behind your back? But you do not need every answer to know it is time to move forward. The moment you heard the silent truth, your spirit awakened. Something in you knows you cannot unsee what you've seen, or unknow what you now know. This is a crossroads. Not for them, for you. Will you hold on to a story that no longer holds you? Or will you step through the door that heaven is opening now? You are not wrong to have loved. You are not wrong to have believed. Love is never foolish. Love is a seed that always bears fruit. But not all fruit is meant to stay. Some are meant to show you the sweetness of your own heart, and then fall away. This is not a death, it is a shift. A divine movement. A turning. You are being invited to rise now, not in bitterness, but in clarity. Rise without resentment. Rise with holy detachment. Rise with the peace that passes understanding. If you had known their decision earlier, you may have tried to change their mind. But the Divine has shown you this now, so you don't waste any more of your sacred energy trying to pull someone back to you who has already made a quiet exit. They left in spirit long before you realized it. But now you know. And knowing is enough. You are no longer in the dark. You are in the light of truth. This is where healing begins. Take a deep breath. Let it go. You do not need to rewrite what happened. You do not need to justify their actions or punish yourself. This is not your fault. This is simply the unfolding of something greater. A prayer has been answered, not in the way you imagined, but in the way you need. The person you prayed for has made a decision. And now, the Divine is making one too, for you. A path is being cleared. A new connection is being prepared. Something is coming that will not walk away in silence. Something is coming that will stay and speak truth. If tears fall now, let them. If sorrow rises, let it pass through. These emotions are not weaknesses. They are the echoes of your sacred love. But do not hold on to them too long. What is leaving is not taking your light with it. Your light remains. Your hope remains. Your destiny remains. Let their choice be what it is. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to follow. You only need to trust that if they were meant to walk with you, they would have never walked away. There is beauty waiting to fill the space they quietly stepped out of. There is joy waiting to sing in the place they went silent. There is peace ready to live in the room that their confusion once filled. The divine is not only removing what cannot stay, it is preparing what must arrive. And when it arrives, you will understand why this quiet heartbreak was necessary. Sometimes the soul needs to be emptied to receive its true portion. Keep your heart open, but keep your spirit guarded. Not in fear, but in wisdom. Let this teach you that not every connection is eternal. Some are seasonal. Some are sacred for a time, then shift. That does not make them failures. It makes them part of the divine orchestration of your growth. Even this silence is music when you listen with spiritual ears. Even this decision, made behind your back, is a signal of your liberation. You have a future. Not just any future, but a holy one. A future where you are chosen, not ignored. Where you are cherished, not hidden. Where you are loved in full light, not shadowed by secrecy. What left you behind was never meant to lead you. What hid the truth from you was never meant to walk in truth with you. And what broke the silent bond has unknowingly released you into divine alignment. You must rise now. Not for them, for you. You must accept the end, not with sorrow, but with sacred understanding. You must close the chapter, not to forget, but to free yourself for the next one. There is something beautiful ahead, but you cannot take the past with you. You cannot walk into the new carrying the weight of what was kept from you. Take this message as your sign. You do not need to wait any longer. The waiting is over. The wondering is over. The truth has arrived. And with it comes your permission to move forward in peace. Not everyone will walk with you into the light. But those who do, those who choose you openly and truthfully, will be part of a bond that reflects heaven itself. You are not alone. Angels walk with you. Heaven watches over you. The divine is orchestrating your next chapter with precision and care. What they decided without you will never block what heaven has decided for you. Your path is protected. Your purpose is preserved. Your heart will heal. And in time, you will look back and bless this moment, not because of the pain, but because of what it revealed and what it released. The person you prayed for has made a life decision behind your back. But God says, you are still chosen. You are still covered. You are still moving into the promise. Let what happened be what it is. Do not fight it. Do not fear it. Let it fall. What remains will be real. What is coming will be true. And you, beloved, are exactly where you need to be. Now walk forward. The light is waiting. If you believe in God, type Amen.